Do you know the effect of having a broken home? When they say that it is the children that suffers it, maybe people think it might be might. If you have a friend that comes from a broken home, kindly sit the person down and ask him or her how he was able to address the whole thing. We all swallow bitter pains differently, and that exactly was the case of the children of Edochie. They all had bitter pills to swallow differently in their various capacities because of the nature, because of the kind of person they are. In some people's case, when parents have issues in their marriages, we say that it affects the children, and some of them end up joining bad gangs. Some of them end up into drugs. Where do you think these drugs of a thing came into place? It came into as a result of negligence from parents. When the parents are no longer united, when they now have to face other things and then leave the children behind, exactly what comes. When the children feel that they are not loved enough, or maybe they are looking for ways to get over the pain of what happened. A family, your father is a good man. You look up to your father. You see him as a hero. And then the next time you are hearing that you have a second wife, and then your mother is saying that she doesn't want to be numbered as a wife. Your father becomes negligent. You people don't get to spend quality time together again. Whenever your dad is at home, he's in the parlor, your mother is in the other room. And whenever your father goes to the room, your mother leaves the room. That kind of play. The children are seeing it, and obviously Kambil saw it. Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of watching, I highly welcome. Please kindly click on the subscribe button, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for watching. Okay, now to the story of the day. Late Kambili's best friend had reacted to Kambili's sudden death. He was more of his seatmate in school. He was more of his bestie, because they were primary schoolmates before they graduated to secondary school, and they've been very close at that. He went ahead to say that ever since this incident happened, that a lot of things has happened to Kambili. That Kambili, his friend, used to be a quiet boy. Yes, quiet guy, doesn't like more like a reserved guy. He doesn't like problem. Anybody that comes for him for problem, he tries as much as possible to avoid it. But he's a free-spirited person. He plays with his friends. He does things. He just hangs around. But ever since that incident, that he noticed that he grew withdrawn. Kambili, who was a reserved person, ended up being a quiet person. Probably it was his method of healing. He didn't enter into drugs, but he was more of a, how will I put it? It was as if a burden was on his head, because whenever he goes to school, he tells them that, okay, my auntie called me, my uncle called me. They said I should be strong for my mother. They said I should look after my mother. They said I should be the man of the house. Since a lot of things are happening, how do I even try to fill into my father's space? That was what he was telling his friend. How do I try to fill into this big shoe? My father is not dead, and yet they want me to fill into this big shoe at a very tender age. And yet, these uncles, these aunties, friends, that we are calling him to fill that shoe that his mother was hurt. He said he sees it, that he comes home every day. He sees it. He sees her pain. He sees her eyes. That in as much as she tries, that his maid tries to mask the pain, tries to be strong, tries to act the whole role of a father and a mother to make the children see that everything is still okay, and that the father will still come back to his senses. He could still see the pain, the injuries, the betrayal in the mother's eye. And then at a very tender age, he tried to fill the gap that he sunk into depression at a particular time in his life. That was what Kambili's friend, bestie, was saying. Even when they were in school, he lost focus, he lost concentration. They had to call him. They had to ask him, is everything okay? A boy that used to be an A student dropped to a B student, and he used the opportunity and said that he didn't study well. Meanwhile, his best friend knows him. He knows that he's a go-getter. He knows that he's a very intelligent guy who puts all his all into anything he wants to do, into anything he wants to achieve. He doesn't let distraction. But he was carrying the pain of a broken home. He was carrying the pain of a marriage that the reality was just setting him, and then he wanted to carry everybody along. In his own little ways, he tried to be there for the mother. He tried to bring peace at that very age. He's a boy, so he was a boy, so you don't expect him to start, crying randomly. A lot of pressure was on him as the first son to, fill in that shoe, fill in that vacuum. No child should be allowed to grow up like that. It is the best for a child to grow up, make mistakes, knowing fully well that the support from the family is there. That is the support from the father and the support from the mother. Any home that is broken, the children suffers it. It takes a lot on him. It took a lot on him. It took a lot on Daniela. Yeah, I'm still going to do a video about how Daniela managed to cope in school. How 2 weeks to her exams, the internet was agog with the pictures of her father, with the pictures of her stepmother, with the pictures of her stepbrother, which she has never met, whom she has never even known about, coming to the surface of the internet. How she was able to cope, how she managed, to get over it. It wasn't easy on these children, and that is why I said a broken home, it is the children that it affects. No matter how one of the parents wants to try to shield the children, you cannot shield those children because they grew up in a happy home, and all of a sudden a home was just divided just like that, just because of a strange woman entered into a home. See, I'm not saying that Judy Austin is a bad person. Judy Austin might be a good person. Judy Austin might have a good interest at hand. Yes, she fell in love with a married man, which is actually wrong. But there are some people in this life that have bad spirit roaming inside of them. There are some people in this life that have evil spirit, and they might be good, but anywhere they go to, they tend to scatter things. And that, to me, might be what Judy Austin have. And because of that, she needs deliverance. Judy Austin needs massive deliverance because she cannot be a wrecker. Anything she touches turns to scattering, and then it might not be her work, it might be the spirit that is in her. And that is why you need to be rooted in God. You need to be rooted in Christ. A home that is not rooted in Christ, a home that is strong in prayers. All this while that the Edochie, that is you Edochie and me Edochie, we are living okay. In as much as he was cheating on her, she was not aware. She kept on praying. She kept on praying for the family. Edochie began to succeed. He was succeeding. He was successful. At his age, he was doing great things. He was getting big international brand deals, big recognition. But the moment that Judy Austin exposed herself, or the moment he exposed Judy Austin to this world, things turned around for the worse. If you think I'm lying or if you think I'm exaggerating, go back to this video, start from where this video stopped, and see how it has been for you, Edochie. How will you 1 year you have not gotten endorsement deal? Is it normal? It's not normal. So the bestie of Kambil said that Kambili passed through a lot, that he is not saying that he knows what killed him, but while he was alive, this is who Kambili was, and this is who he turned out to be. Thankfully, Kambili did not engage in drugs. He did not engage in smoking. He did not engage in any kind of immoral activities. But he was no longer the Kambili that he knew. A lot of things changed for him. A lot of things changed for him, and that was what he came out to say. Okay, guys, this is much I can take from this video. If you did enjoy this video, please kindly give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and if not yet subscribed, please do that. May the soul of Kambili and may the soul of the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace, and may God grant